Hello everybody. Good morning to all. Welcome to biology class. So we are on the topic excretion now. The human excretory system or urinary system that we completed now. Next we want to study how the process of filtration of blood that is happening through this kidney. Okay. So I'm believing that all of you are noting all the important points at the time of this hearing the class, watching the video. You have to write the important topics or important points. Okay, don't forget to do so. And after this, you have to keep these points along with the textual matter and read the textbook. Okay. So listen. Inside the kidney, we can see a large number of very small filtration units. These filtration units are known as a nephron. Nephron is the very small filtration unit that is present inside the kidney that is able to filter the blood. Okay. So, the blood, the structure of nephron, we can look what is the structure of this nephron. The nephron it is a small tube-like structure, a coiled tube-like structure. It has a small cup-shaped end. This is small cup-shaped end. This cup-shaped end is called Bowman's capsule. This is called Bowman's capsule. Then this Bowman's capsule has one extension, one tubular part, the coiled tubular part for this Bowman's capsule, and this tubular part of this Bowman's capsule opens to a common collecting tubule. There is a common collecting tubule. To that collecting tubule, this tubular part of nephron that is opened. Okay. So like this we can see. This tube, this is what is called a renal tubule. So mainly one nephron has three important parts. One Bowman's capsule, that is a cup-shaped end. One end is closed and it appears like that of a cup. And this cup-shaped end of this nephron is called Bowman's capsule. Then continuation of this Bowman's capsule, that is a long tube called a renal tubule. A renal tubule opens to a collecting tubule. This is what is called a collecting tubule. This is a collecting tubule. Okay. So this is the collecting tubule for a large number of nephrons. So all these are the openings. To all these openings we can see the nephrons of this tubular part of other nephrons which may opens. Okay. So this is structure of nephron. Then how the blood supplied to this nephron? We know that the branch of artery which can supply blood to the nephron or blood to the kidney, that is called a renal artery. So renal artery which may enters into the kidney, and this renal artery can give blood to the kidney. Inside the kidney, the renal artery divides into a number of small branches. A number of small branches are there. One of each branch which may enters into the respective nephrons. The branch of renal artery which will enters to inside of this Bowman's capsule, it is called efferent arteriole. This is called efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole is the branch of branch of renal artery that is entering into the Bowman's capsule. Then inside the Bowman's capsule, we can make this Bowman's capsule some more. Inside the Bowman's capsule, again, this efferent arteriole divides and forms a network of capillaries. Inside the Bowman's capsule, the efferent arteriole divides and forms a network of capillaries. These capillaries are called glomerulus. Not all these points, glomerulus. Spellings are there in the textbook. You have to go through this picture. Okay. So glomerulus, how the glomerulus is formed? That is formed by the repeated division of efferent arteriole. Again, the glomerulus which may reunites, joins again and comes out from the Bowman's capsule. This is called efferent arteriole. This branch is called efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole. So, AE. Afferent arteriole is the branch of renal artery which can give blood to the Bowman's capsule. Inside the Bowman's capsule, it is divided into a number of very small, thin and very fine branches called glomerulus. Glomerulus again reunites and comes out from the Bowman's capsule, and this branch is known as the efferent arteriole. Okay. Again, the efferent arteriole divides and which will coils around this tubular part of nephron and again reunites and joins to form a branch of renal vein. So listen, it is not so complicated. Just remember how the blood vessels are repeatedly dividing. Okay, first of all, the branch of the renal artery that can supply blood to the Bowman's capsule, that's known as the afferent arteriole. Inside the Bowman's capsule again, afferent arteriole divides and forms glomerulus. Glomerulus again rejoins and forms efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole again divides and it may coils around the tubular part of nephron and again reunites and forms a branch of renal vein. Like this, from all the nephrons we can see renal veins are forming. All these renal veins reunites and takes the blood out from the kidney. Okay, so while you are drawing the nephron, you have to show this nephron in dark color and blood supply in light color or by using any other colors. Okay, so then the process of filtration. So afferent arteriole which can takes the blood. What type of blood? The blood which contain all the useful and non-useful components. Both harmful and useful components are there. Then this blood which will pass through the glomerulus. Inside the glomerulus, what type of blood is the what is there for the glomerulus? Glomerulus shows highly thin and delicate permeable wall. Through the thin and permeable wall, what will happen? All the substances may filtered out. All the substances, both useful and non-useful, or both useful and harmful components, which may filtered out, and the filtrate is collected inside the Bowman's capsule or inside the Bowman's cup-shaped part of the Bowman's capsule. So what happened now? All the blood, all the small substances except some big plasma proteins, all others are filtered out and that is collected by the cup-shaped part of the Bowman's capsule. Then what is remaining only there inside the glomerulus? Some thick blood with some big plasma proteins are there. The thick blood which may comes out through the efferent arteriole. At the same time, the filtrate is there inside the cup. Through the cup, it may comes down through the renal tubule, or through this tube, the filtrate may comes down, and through this blood vessel, the thick blood may comes out. Okay, so this process is called a glomerular ultrafiltration. This is a process called a glomerular ultrafiltration. What is that? While the blood is passing through the glomerulus, all substances from the blood except some big plasma proteins which may filtered out. This process is called glomerular ultrafiltration, and this filtrate is known as the glomerular filtrate. So what is the peculiarity of this filtrate, or what are the components of the filtrate? The filtrate contain both useful and harmful substances. Sodium ions may be there, potassium ions may be the sugar, amino acids, enzymes, everything will be there. All the useful components are there along with the harmful excess water, urea and other kind of waste. Everything is also present in this filtrate. Then what happened to the filtrate? The filtrate is passing down through the renal tubule and the thick blood is coming through this efferent arteriole or through the branches of efferent arteriole. The second step called tubular reabsorption. What is the name? Tubular reabsorption. which may happen while the filtrate is passing through this renal tubule. Do you know how this process may happen? Filtrate with the useful components and non-useful components that is passing down through this renal tubule. At the same time, the thick blood that is coming through the branch of efferent arteriole. So, from here, the diffusion may happen. Diffusion means reabsorption may happen. From this filtrate, useful substances are selectively reabsorbed by the blood that is coming through the efferent arteriole. Okay. So, based on as per the need by the body, all the useful components are reabsorbed back into the blood. Reabsorbed back into the blood. So, how much water is needed by the body? That much amount of water is reabsorbed. How much sugar is needed? That much sugar is already reabsorbed by the blood. So, as per the need of the body, all the useful components are again reabsorbed. Again reabsorbed by the efferent arteriole. And finally, this blood vessel becomes so thin with enough amount of water and other kind of minerals and ions, and which will comes out through the renal vein. At the same time, while the filtrate is reaching the last part of this renal tubule, what is the kind of the filtrate? You know, what is the type? What is the composition? You know, which contain extra water along with the urea, creatinine and other kind of waste. All the waste will be there. All unwanted materials will be there in the renal tubule. At the same time, all the useful components are absorbed by the renal vein. Okay. So, this unwanted substances along with the water that is collected by the collecting tubule, and this water, this liquid form of waste is called urine. And the urine from all this collecting tubule, this urine is collected by the ureter, and the ureters can give this urine to the urinary bladder. Okay, this is the process. Two steps are there: glomerular ultrafiltration and tubular reabsorption. These are the two main steps. So, watch again and again and make it as this very clear and thorough to you. If there is any doubt, you can contact to me. And after this, the main role of kidney is that, what is it? Purification for blood. At the same time, we can say one more role is here, duty is here for kidney, that is the osmoregulation. Osmoregulation. Osmoregulation means the regulation of water and ionic balance in our body. So here it is happening at the time of tubular reabsorption. This kidney is maintaining the water level in our blood, and it may differ during winters and summers. During winter season, the amount of urine produced, that is very less, because the tubular reabsorption of water is very high. Okay, and this is a process called osmoregulation along with one hormone called ADH. ADH is the hormone. ADH or anti-diuretic hormone. ADH or anti-diuretic hormone. Along with the combined action of kidney and ADH, this process of osmoregulation may happen. So, what is osmoregulation? That is the maintaining of our water and ionic balance in our blood and body. That is, during winter season and summer season, the amount of urine produced which may differ, that is based on the tubular reabsorption of water by the nephron. So, during winter season, the tubular reabsorption is very less. At that time, the amount of urine produced is very high. During summer season, just opposite of it may happen. That is, tubular reabsorption will be very less. The amount of urine produced will be very high. So, this is the structure and functioning of nephron. Okay, that's